am Savita Naik. I am a certified financial planner. Today is my second video on financial planning tips. Before going forward, I would like to thank all the viewers and to all the ones who have liked and commented on my last video. In case anybody have wished to check the same, you can click the link icon mentioned in the description and watch the same so that you do not miss on any financial tips. In my last video, I had covered 8 ways on how to start saving. Today I am going to talk on how to grow your savings. Once you all have formed the habit of saving, now you have to learn how to bifurcate your income as per financial planning thumb rule. Now what is this financial planning thumb rule? Financial planning thumb rule helps us to segregate all our outgoings proportionately and brings in discipline in our financial life. Now this financial planning thumb rule says that out of our 100% income, the first 30% should be allocated towards our household expenses. The next 30% should be allocated towards our EMI. The next 30% should be allocated towards the savings, which will take care of all our short-term and long-term goals. The last 10% should be allocated towards our lifestyle. Once you all adopt the financial planning thumb rule, your financial journey becomes stress-free and it will always keep you away from worrying from where to pay the EMI. Usually what happens is, with most of the people, your EMI is more than the income, or as EMI is the major percentage in the income. We should always remember that our expenses should always be in proportion with our income and it should never exceed our income. Once we have developed all the financial good habits, now it is the question where to save. As mentioned earlier, 30% of your income should be allocated towards compulsory saving. Now how will you do this allocation? Further 15% we have to bifurcate out of 30% to short-term needs and 15% we have to bifurcate towards our long-term needs. Now what are our short-term needs? Any goal which we have to acquire up to 10 years, those are our short-term needs. And the goal which we have to acquire in our life after 10 years, those are our long-term needs. Once you have done with the segregation till my earlier step, now you have to start to save as per asset allocation. Now what is asset allocation? Asset allocation is all about dividing our savings into different multiple asset classes so that it forms a complete diversified portfolio. Now there are 3 types of portfolios. First is the safe portfolio, second is a medium risk portfolio, and third is a risk portfolio. Let us begin with what is safe portfolio. Returns on the savings made under these options are guaranteed and assured. That means the capital is protected. It is 100% assured and guaranteed. Whatever rupee we are investing into the institution, our every rupee is guaranteed. So that is safe portfolio. So which are avenues are available under safe portfolio? Options under the safe portfolio are, first is PPF, that is Public Provident Fund. The maximum investment available in this scheme is 1,50,000. The second option under the safe portfolio is bank FDs. Now bank FDs, the returns are fixed and certain, but the deposit amount, whichever we are depositing with the bank, those are safe only up to 5 lakhs. RBI has given a sovereign guarantee that only up to 5 lakhs our money is safe. Rest the returns are fixed and certain. Whatever tenure we keep the FD, we will receive the same certain fixed amount return. But the safety point of view, it is safe only up to 5 lakhs. The next portfolio under safe is savings with Life Insurance Corporation of India. So whichever money is saved under Life Insurance Corporation of India, all the money is capital protected. There are different schemes available under Life Insurance Corporation of India. So we have to choose which scheme suits best to us and we have to invest accordingly. Further, the returns under Life Insurance Corporation of India is tax-free and those are guaranteed. The second type of asset allocation is medium risk portfolio. Returns on the savings made under these options are up to 5% more than the safe portfolio. One thing you have to remember over here, that the capital is not protected. As I had mentioned, in the safe portfolio, your capital is 100% secured. But in medium risk portfolio, the returns are up to 5% higher, but the risk is also involved. Now let us look which all options are available under medium risk portfolio. The first is company deposits. The second is private bonds, and the third is mutual funds. Company deposits and private bonds are also similar like bank FDs. The returns are fixed and certain, but here it is not governed by the bank or by the government. It is governed by the private players. So here you have to see the credibility of the company wherever you are to invest. Regarding mutual fund, there are different variety of mutual funds available in the market. We have to see the risk appetite. Depending on that, we have to choose when we want to invest and when is the exit point. So based on that, we have to choose the mutual funds. The third asset allocation is risk portfolio. Returns on the savings made under these options are more than 5% in comparison with safe portfolio and the medium risk portfolio. Again, the capital is not protected. Here, the options available under this risk portfolio are direct stocks, and second is the structured products. Direct stocks means buying shares from the market, and structured products means it is similar like a bonds, but here the net asset value keeps on changing. Here we have to get connected with the secondary market. In my next video, I shall come with more financial tips. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Till then, see you and stay safe.